Welcome to the Keep the Faith podcast. Y'all, I know it's been a while. It's been a while. It's been probably about 2 months or so since I've actually done a podcast. But you guys know that I've been on a journey, a grief journey. But I'm back. And I like to thank Shay for bringing me back because we have something to talk about today. So I thought it was great that first of all, Shay, thank you for pulling me out because I was up under a rock, like seriously. So I'm back. I'm back. Like I said, it's been about 2 months or so, but I'm here. So, Shay, I want you to introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Absolutely. So I'm Shay Turman. I live in Columbia, South Carolina. I am the true millennial. I'm a mom, I'm a wife, a career woman, and an entrepreneur. Revolution Red, which we're here to talk about on today. So, yes, that's me.
Tell us a little bit about the your business.
Yes, so Revolution Red is a nonprofit organization. We are based here in South Carolina. And have you ever heard of period poverty, Tori?
I have not.
Awesome. And that's okay because prior to about 2 years ago, I hadn't heard of it either. It took me by surprise. Period poverty speaks to the lack of education and resources regarding menstrual hygiene products. So, in simple terms, we know that women and girls have their periods every single month. And unfortunately, there are just those who do not have access to product. Not little product, not some product, but most none. None at all. And so that is the initiative that we address here. Kicked off in 2020, or now this is 2024. In 2022, I participated in a pageant, and I said, "Oh gosh, at my big grown age, I was participating in a pageant. I wanted to show my girls that they could do more than be on TikTok, right?" And so I do have teenage daughters, and when I got into it, I wanted to have a very special platform. I didn't want to fall into the norm, and found out about period poverty. We began to collect menstrual hygiene products for women in our community, and when the pageant was over, I was like, okay, well, that's good. We're done with that. And then we just started getting an abundance of phone calls. And we heard you have pads. Found out that pads, tampons, things of that nature are the least donated item to grassroots organizations, to shelters, to anywhere. And so that is how we pursued and started our organization, just based off of a need, off of a silent need.
So let me ask you this question. What why it was this particular focus? Why you're so passionate about it? What draw you to this?
Just the thought that, okay, when you go out to public restrooms, you expect there to be toilet paper. There is not a place that you can go to, that you can't find things like condoms. Okay, I mean, uncomfortable conversations people don't like to have. That there are women and girls out here. In fact, 1 in 5 women and girls right here in South Carolina are living below the federal poverty line. I mean, and just because you're living below the federal poverty line does not mean, right, that you're receiving government assistance. Even if you are, there is no voucher, there is no card, there is nothing that would allow you to go and get menstrual hygiene products. And so it leaves women open to diseases, to bacterial infections like bacterial vaginosis and toxic shock syndrome. And it's just the demographics that need our help. The deeper I got into it, the more that I saw that there was just such a big need. Women below the federal poverty line, unhoused women. If someone can't afford to clothe themselves, to put a roof over their head, they can't afford feminine hygiene products. I don't know if you've seen the prices lately, Tori, but I mean, $20, $20 to $25 is what most women spend. And that's just on the low end of things, every single month. A lot of women don't have it. And they're choosing between food or pads, right? And we know how women sacrifice. If my baby has to eat, guess what? My baby has to eat. Shoot, I wish we would talk about it more. If people's men need a haircut, they're like, well, that's happening. We put so many needs before our own. Even with our college students, I found that I thought in third world countries right here in South Carolina, our college students using socks, using toilet paper because they do not have period products. I just was sick to myself. I couldn't believe that I was here in the state that such a need was happening, and I was so far removed from it.
Wow, that's awesome. Now we do want to hear discuss. There's actually an event that you have coming up on this Saturday, and I'm going to put the flyer up. Tell us a bit about the event that's coming up on this coming Saturday.
Yes. Oh my goodness. If you are in the Florence area this Saturday at 12:30 p.m., we are going to be having an interest meeting. We'll be at Lil Jazzy's. Shout out to Lil Jazzy's for hosting us. So we will be there. There will be light refreshments served. If you want a little extra, if you want to have brunch, I heard that she has some awesome food. But we will be there raising awareness on period poverty. We're going to talk about some of those facts a little more drilled down on the ones that I just gave you. And we're going to talk through some of Revolution Red's current initiatives in the community, initiatives that we would love to bring to Florence. If you guys are following us on socials, which you can find us, Revolution Red on Facebook and join Revolution Red on Instagram and TikTok, you'll see that we've been in Florence this week. We were at Wilson High School and we gave them over 500 pads. We know that it's the end of the school year, but summer school is happening. Bands are practicing, sports activities are happening. Period poverty does not pause. It does not take summer break. So that's what we're doing in Florence. We're going to talk to community leaders. We want to talk to the moms, not just the moms, but the dads, right? What's good for women is good for everybody. And we should all be very aware of this very prevalent issue that's happening. We've already taken off running here in Columbia and around the Midlands. We're established in the shelters, in our local colleges. We are in group homes and our local school system, and we want to do the same for Florence. We know that there's a need there as well, and so we want to drum up some attention about period poverty, and we would love to start a legitimate chapter for Revolution Red there.
And that was actually going to be my next question with a different chapter. So you're in Columbia. What other locations? Because you want to start in Florence. What are some of the other areas that is that we have the chapter for this?
So the only official chapter right now is in Columbia, but we have some breakoffs, right? So we have a chapter at Benedict College. So the young ladies over there, not only do they receive product and are able to receive education surrounding period poverty, we had a awesome seminar there at the end of last month, but they're also able to assist us with any service projects that we have. We also have in addition to the very awesome and robust board that we currently have, we have a group called the Hummingbirds. That is our symbol. You'll see it on everything. We have the red hummingbird, and they are a volunteer group who ensures that we're able to just kind of do the legwork for the community work that we're currently doing, and they're kind of spearhead our initiatives. So the biggest chapter, the biggest thing we have right now is in Columbia, but we have gone to other cities like Hopkins. We've been in Winsboro. We don't have official chapters there, but we go where we're needed, where we know that there's a need for product. So currently, people call us. We're able to support and come out, but we'd like to be established in a city where we know that the same way we're here at the shelters and school systems and things like that, we'd like to get integrated into another city. And so Florence is going to be the first spot that we kick off.
Oh, that sounds awesome. So what do you see the chapters going? Do you have a particular goal in mind? Like are there particular target areas that you want to focus on?
Yes. Okay. So the same initiatives that we have currently going here, we'd like to rinse and repeat. We have four initiatives that we're currently focusing on. The first one being our 10,000 pad campaign. We found that to service those demographics I was talking about, the women under the federal poverty line, our college students, those who are unhoused, we need about 10,000 pads to distribute on a quarterly basis. And that's what we usually do. We have like a quarterly basis, a quarterly rotation that we go and we drop off product. And so we do that through various means, like we work with different community groups. We've actually dealt with some really awesome groups here, like social clubs and things of that nature, and local businesses who will say, okay, Revolution Rare, we're going to do a drive for you this month. All month long they'll collect period products, they'll collect in-kind donations, any funds, and at the end of the month we will either just come and collect those products, or we'll have a packing party. I love a packing party in which which we would get together, we would give some information about period poverty, we'll talk about some things we're doing in the community, and we will literally pack products that are going to act that will go out into the community. It's just that immediate gratification, right? The next initiative that we have is our college cup initiative or campus cup initiative. Have you ever heard of a period cup, Tori?
I have not.
So a period cup, it is just another means of we all have heard of pads and tampons, right? And everybody's not necessarily even comfy with the tampon option, right? Um, the period cup is another alternative. It's a long sustaining alternative. You can actually use it for 6 to 12 months, right? As long as you keep it sterilized and clean. Not so great for our unhoused ladies, right? Because they lack the facilities to be able to sterilize them. But for our college students, game changer. But it can't be a resource unless they know how to use it, unless they know the impacts of it. So we are currently signed up to be in three college orientations right here in the city for the upcoming school year to come in to educate and to give out free menstrual cycle cups for those who want it after the session. Um, Hope to rinse and repeat in Florence and do the same thing there. That third initiative is our grant dispenser program. So if you guys ever get a chance to visit the website, that's www.endperiodpoverty.us. On the website, you can apply and go into getting a grant for a dispenser for your facility. I don't know if you ever remember, I might be dating myself here, but in the bathrooms, how you would have the machines and you could put a quarter in and things, you can get a pad, tampon, or whatever miscellaneous items they had. Those machines, but no quarter necessary. They're repurposed, so you don't have to put the quarter in. You just turn it. We currently have one located at the Palmetto Place Children's Homes and Teen Shelter, and we keep it stocked. We just require that the facility put the dispenser up. So another thing that we think is amazing that we would love to bring to Florence. And our last initiative is our maternal health lane.
Mhm.
So we have partnered with Prisma Health here in the city, and we attend like community baby showers. We go and we ensure that you don't need pads while you're pregnant, right? But that fourth trimester is no joke. You currently need them all over again. And if you're struggling with resources for your new baby, right, to get diapers, to get formula, we don't want mom putting her needs on the back burner, right? And so we provide um, menstrual kits. We have pads in there. We have ice packs in there. Things for mom. And mostly, we want her to know that we're a resource, right? So that when she does have baby and she finds herself in need, that she'll give us a call. Now I said four, but the fifth one has a life of its own, and it's the one I'm most excited about, Tori. It's called Cycle Smarts.
Okay.
I don't know what it was like when you first got your cycle, but when I first got my period, my mom handed me a pack of pads and she said, "You go, girl." Okay, like there was no like real conversation about how to put it on, about how often, and that is really where period poverty starts, right? It is the lack of education because we don't talk about it. Girls do not feel comfortable coming to you and telling you I don't have it. We don't even like saying that we're on it. It's taboo, and so women are suffering in silence. Cycle Smarts gives us the opportunity to educate young men, young women in our community, not only about menstrual cycles but about hygiene in general. We have different volumes, like our period 101. How do I put a pad on? Wings can be tricky, okay? How often do I change this pad? Why am I even getting a period? What is this, right? Then we talk about hygiene. We learn how to bathe. We learn how to take care of ourselves when we are toddlers, when we are young. How do I keep the hygiene up and maintained on my growing body? Why do I have to wear deodorant? Why do it's almost like you have to remind teens all over again, and we have a great time with it with our young men and women. We talk about the importance of maintaining your hygiene, things that can happen when being sexually active, different diseases and things of that nature. So even a class for our dads. Guys are allies. Men should know the signs. They should know how to care for and assist the women and girls in their home during their cycles and how to track and things of that nature. So that is Cycle Smarts. We've had a really great time running those seminars, and we have some exciting things coming up for some teen summits this summer and going into the fall. So yes, everything listed there, Tori, we want to bring in full circle and full swing to Florence as well.
Oh, that sounds good. Tell me a little bit about something you just mentioned about the teen summits. What exactly will that entail?
So we don't actually run those summits. We're invited out. So this like the city of
Okay.
Columbia has different summits and things like that during the summer. Even all the way up until like when the fall comes, doing some seminars like with the Girl Scouts and things of that nature, Boys and Girls Club, DJJ. We reach out. They'll reach out. They'll say, hey, we have room for you or space for you to come out and do a seminar. So usually during a teen, so last teen summit that we did, it was for girls and guys, right? We had a combined group. We had a really great time with them. It's usually about 2 hours long. We start out with a pre-test. So they take a pre-test and then we teach them the knowledge. We do some really fun games and things of that nature. We have prizes. I think someone won an Alexa at the last one. At the end, they take a post test. We give out candy. It's very engaging. And it really opens the door at the end for them to ask questions. Sometimes they pull us to the side. Well, is this normal? Is that normal? Just we can see the stigma just
Mhm.
unraveling, right? It's super exciting. Even building trust in our young ladies. I think
Mhm.
that what we're seeing is a lot of young women don't have dominion over their bodies because they don't know their bodies. They're not comfortable speaking about their bodies, and so they give them away so young, feeling like, well, I have control over this, or I can control who I lay down with. I can control who I give my body to. They like my body, so I can give my body away. But when they're empowered and they know how to take care of themselves, and they know the importance of of their bodies and what their bodies can do and what it's doing for them, they say, hey, now I'm not ready for that yet, right? Or they also, if they have been, even those who have been abused or didn't realize what abuse was, coming out and saying, hey, this happened, because they don't have to be quiet anymore about something like a period. Can I talk about something else? So very empowering, very exciting. I see Miss Tanya on the side commenting, asking, do we come to churches? Yes, Miss Tanya, we absolutely do. We come when we're called.
Mm, that's awesome. So Miss Tanya may reach out to you, and because I think that's actually awesome. Miss Tanya does at our church, gyms and gents, and that would actually be a
Okay.
great opportunity for you to come out and speak to the actually, like you say, you can speak to both the guys and the girls,
Yes,
so that
yes.
everybody, because I actually had a male friend of mine. We actually had this conversation a couple months ago, and he was talking about, because he actually took care uh became got custody of his daughter, and we were talking about how that happened. When you're a single father raising a daughter, you have to definitely be educated on that type, those type of things. And
Yes.
he was like, man, it was a scary thing for him when it initially happened, because
Oh yeah.
it's yeah.
I
It,
know. I know. My husband, he is the co-founder with me, and but before this time, he didn't know all about this. We have two teenage girls, but now, oh man, he knows. He's very well empowered. He knows how to track the cycle. He'll tell them, hey, you got to get your cycle next week. Let's go. He knows how to get them prepared. And he knows. We talk to the guys that I laugh all the time. A very educated man, here in the city. He came to support. He brought out some product, and he brought the product that had an S on it. And he said, oh yeah, I'm representing the big girls, with the super. I'm like, sir, sir, don't say that no more. Okay. But it's education, right? The fact that even being there and being present, and guys, there's definitely a lane for the men. Like, so we say guys are allies, and they really are. They have been assisting and forerunning with us since we've started.
hmm And then Tanya has another comment. She said, there's a teen council forming in Florence, Ebenezer Baptist Church. I would love your information to invite you to a session.
Absolutely, Miss Tanya. I would be more than happy. More than happy. Like I said, I get most excited about Cycle Smarts. If we can start there, I'm telling you, we can avoid and eliminate a lot of what we spoke about with period poverty when we if we just really kick off at that education stage.
Absolutely. And we're going to talk once again about the event that's coming up this coming Saturday, which is May the 11th. And just, just reiterate the event that's coming Saturday.
Yes, yes. So we want to talk about how we are delivering dignity and how we are bringing that to Florence, right? We're having an interest meeting. We're going to talk about Revolution Red, how we got started, how we want to bring the same initiatives we have in Columbia to the Florence area, how we've already kind of been around and met some of the amazing people in Florence and brought some product to Wilson High School. And we hope to do that for more high schools, middle schools, shelters, group homes, wherever we can get in where we fit in Florence. It's optional to bring a donation of feminine hygiene products, but we welcome you to do so anytime that we get together. We always extend the offer for people to bring out period products because that is what we do and that is where the need lies. Don't forget that period products are the least donated item anywhere. So we will be at Lil Jazzy's on Saturday at 12:30 p.m. We'll be at Lil Jazzy's Cafe. That's at 163 North Dargan Street. And we really, really hope that you can come out and meet us if you're in the Florence area.
And let me ask you this question with the donations, like there may be some people that may not be available at that particular time. And if they want to donate, do you guys also take if they want to send products, or also do you also take monetary donations as well?
We absolutely do. Of course, we always push the product donation because people feel comfortable doing so. And it's great to be able to pack, but we absolutely do take those monetary donations. We have a link, a donation link on our page. Again, that's www.end period poverty
I think it's on the
dot
flyer.
US. Yep. In period poverty.us. You go on there, you can hit the donate button. What's great about that, you will immediately get that tax receipt. You'll be able to see where your donation is going immediately. We also have the Amazon wish list that we can get to you guys too. Everything can funnel from the website as well. So we have an Amazon wish list. We do have a Cash App. Um, and so those are the three ways that people can give monetarily. We've also had people do their own fundraisers. We talked about how people do the packing parties or the fundraising for the period products, but we've also had people just to do monetary fundraisers and things on their page as well. That's an option.
Okay. Now, if someone wants to reach out to you, just like Miss Tanya said earlier, that she would like to invite you to a session,
Yes.
if someone would like to reach out to you and have you come speak, or talk about the organization and just talk about the end poverty, what are your social media handles? Also, ways that they can get in contact with you so they can reach out to you.
Yes. So if you're looking for us on Facebook, you can find us at Revolution Red. I always specify the revolution because a lot of people say revolutionary, and I'm like, it's okay. It's almost the same, but you can find us Revolution Red. Please look for the red hummingbird. That's us. We are the red hummingbird. So if it's Revolution Red, that's also on Facebook. You can reach out to us. You can message us there. You can also join the page to get updates. If you're looking for us on TikTok, it is join.revolution.red. Again, that's join.revolution.red. You can mirror that if you're looking for us on Instagram. Again, that is join.revolution.red. And so that's how you can find us on our socials. You can also reach out to us directly on our business line via text or call. That phone number is 803 999 7134. Again, that's 803 um, 999 7134. You can text us, you can call us, emails. I mean, honestly, we get back to you within 24 hours. We are definitely not lagging on that. So if you get in contact with us, Miss Tanya, I definitely want to hear from you. I want to hear from anybody. Number one, if you know someone who needs period products, who is in need, if you are in need, if you know a group that could benefit from the educational portion, if you know some facility who may benefit from needing a dispenser, right? All things, period, right? We just want to make sure that we're a resource, but we can't be a resource if you don't know we're here. So come see us,
Absolutely.
honestly, on Saturday if you're in Florence.
Absolutely. Please take this opportunity, you guys, if you're able to go on this coming Saturday. And once again, I'm put the flyer up, and that's going to be at Little Jazz's Cafe. And the location is 163 North Dargan Street in Florence. And of course, like Shay was saying, they're raising awareness on period poverty. Actually, and I want to show love to Miss Tanya Mormon. She's the one that provided, she sent me your information, and she was like, you definitely should talk about this because this is something that people are not aware of, because I had no knowledge of it. So I'm glad that she sent me the information. I reached out, and I'm glad you had the opportunity to talk about it, because I'm pretty sure I'm not the only person that did not know about it. This was like when she sent me that flyer and your information, I hadn't heard about it. So thank you so much that you took the time out to inform us. And like I said, in the future, I definitely want to support your cause. So anything that I can do on my end, whenever you want to use my platform to get the word out, definitely give me a call.
Yes, thank you so much, Tori, and thank you, Tanya. I've never met Tanya in person, but we have an awesome board. Council and team who reached out to her, Dre and Stephanie. Dre's actually from Florence, and so he reached out to Tanya. And so I'm like, hey, we can't know you're in need unless we find out about it. So I'm excited to come to the city, and Miss Tori, I'll definitely be in contact with you. Miss Tanya, please get in contact with me in the comments. We would love to come out and visit you as well. But yeah, just excited to be a resource.
And what are some of your before we end, what are some of your final comments that you would like to share with those in regards to make them aware of period poverty?
Yes, just you know what, it's just such a prevalent issue, honestly. I know we gave a few facts in the beginning, just ending with a couple of facts. I mean, it's really over 16 million people here in the US, not even globally. It is a global issue, who live under the federal poverty there, right? Right here in South Carolina, 1 in 5 women and girls between the ages of 12 and 44 do live below the federal poverty line and do have to ask themselves that question as well. And just a reminder that there is not a law for public schools to have period products on hand. And where there is no law, there is no budget, right? And so it's just such a huge need, such a huge need. When you're out and you're thinking about things that need to be donated, right? It's awesome to donate anything, to donate food, to donate clothing, to donate anything, right? But think about those who have that need during the menstrual cycle. It's definitely gratifying. You know that it's an immediate need. You know that when you give to this cause, that it is going to go to someone immediately. Women and girls get their cycle every single month, and there's a need every single month.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for sharing that information. And of course, I'm actually going to repost the flyer on my personal page on all my social media
You.
platforms, my Facebook pages, and my Instagram as well. And I'll figure out how to I'll also upload it, because I also have a TikTok page as well. So
Okay.
I'll upload it on that as well. And like I said, anything that I can do to actually support the cause, I'm all for it. So I'm just a phone call away whenever you need me to do anything. But
Yes,
I
ma'am.
thank you so much for taking
Thank
up time
you.
out of your busy schedule to let people know about what's going on. And once again, I'm gonna put the flyer up one more time so you guys are aware. Little
Yes.
Jazz's Cafe, that's this coming Saturday, May the 11th, and it's going to start promptly at 12:30 p.m. And Little Jazz's is located 163 North Dargan Street, right here. Well, actually, in Florence. I was about to say right here in Florence, but I'm actually in Darlington, but it's located in Florence. And y'all, if you have not been to Little Jazz, listen now. Let me get country for a minute. Y'all know that I like to eat. Little Jazz's Cafe, their food is so amazing, and the customer service there is amazing. The people are amazing. So please make sure you go out and support it, and make sure you get some food, because the food, every time I've been there, the food was great. So definitely go out and support. It's a worthy cause, and make sure you get something to eat. And make sure when you come in on Saturday, donation is optional, but if you don't get some food, make sure you stop by Walmart, Family Dollar, Dollar General, all the store, and bring a pack of pads or tampons, so that you are able to donate, because there it's a need. out
Yes.
there. So whatever you can, make sure you support this worthy cause. But once again, Shay, thank you so much for coming on. And like I said, I definitely would love to have you back to talk about this.
Tori, you're amazing. Thank you so much for having me, for using your platform for, to speak about this. We know it can be an uncomfortable conversation, and we specialize in those. But Tori, you're amazing. I know that you've been on a healing journey, and just taking the time out to spend with me today. I'm so appreciative.
You're more than welcome. You're more than welcome. And I'm looking forward to having you back on the platform. And those of you that may just be joining or may have missed the beginning, just make sure you hit that replay button. Make sure you share it on your platforms and get the word out. And thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule. And Mrs. Tynico. What's up, Tynico? She says, hello, Tynico. You probably just joined, and make sure you watch the replay. And shout out to you because I know you have a podcast that's going to be coming on at 7 o'clock, the Queen's podcast.
Oh,
So
look over
shout
there.
out to you. Yeah, she comes on at 7 o'clock this evening. So shout out to Tynico as well. And like I said, I will have you on in the future. And those of you who, like I said, if you missed the beginning, make sure you watch the replay. And as I always end every show, I always tell everyone, no matter what you're going through in this thing called life, there's so many obstacles that we go through in this thing called life. Whatever it is that you may go through, you may bend, but don't you dare break. And always remember to keep the faith. Thank you guys so much for tuning in this evening. And thank you so much for watching. And you guys enjoy the remainder of your evening. Peace out. Bye, y'all.
Hey.